am the fire that burns against the cold, the light that brings the dawn, the horn that wakes the sleepers, the shield that guards the realm of men. Welcome everyone to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have a Game of Thrones Catan, Brother of the Watch. We're going to unbox this thing and see what's inside. This is a board game of heroic defense. I just want to say thanks to the folks over at Fantasy Flight Games for sending over a review copy for us to take a look at here. And shortly on the channel, you're going to see some gameplay videos of this game with hopefully 3 and 4 players. It goes from 3 to 4 players. It says it takes an hour to play. Let's take a look at the other side of the box here. This thing's actually quite a beast. According to Amazon, it's a 4-pound box, but the shipping box I got this in said it was 7 pounds. This thing is like the size of a Zombicide box, and I think the weight of it too, it feels like. So I'm sure there is lots of stuff in here. You see that beautiful Game of Thrones Fantasy Flight art on there, which obviously if you're a fan of this channel previously, you know we do lots of Game of Thrones, the card game content. So I'm assuming this would appeal to a lot of you players, and if you're new here, make sure you subscribe and hit that like button if you want to see more. And like I said, we'll have some gameplay videos coming up shortly. So here's the back of the box. You are the shield against the darkness. The Brotherhood of the Night's Watch recognize you as a natural leader. You oversee the day-to-day duties of a small cadre of brothers. You must ensure that the defenses of the wall are properly manned by ensuring a steady supply of resources from your small settlements and keeps in the gift. You help maintain the Night's Watch by assigning brethren as wall guards, and you ensure that the wildlings cannot invade the gift. But beware, wildlings appear in great numbers. They muster, always seeking to breach the wall. Can your guards stay them? Can they resist the giants among these hordes? Do your job well, protect the gift, become the new Lord Commander. And you see lots of the resource cards here. Some cool art I recognize from the card game there. Supposedly big boards in here and lots of little plastic bits. So here you see 128 player pieces like I was saying. Each player has 5 settlements, 4 keeps, 7 guards, 15 roads, 1 build cost card, 40 wildling pieces, 24 regulars, 8 climbers, 8 giants, 58 wildling tokens, 131 cards, 95 resource cards, 27 development cards, 11 hero cards, 1 game board, 6 frame parts, 21 train tiles, 21 number tokens, 5 trading posts, plus 2 6-sided dice, 1 12-sided die, 4 large plastic wall sections, 2 card trays, 1 special number token, 1 basic rules booklet, 1 rules reference booklet, and more. Ooh. And it says ages 14 plus. 60 to 90 minutes there. So actually it says on their website 1 hour, but 60 to 90 minutes is what the box finally says there. 3 to 4 players. And you need 3 gray for protective, 3 packs of gray Fantasy Flight sleeves for protective sleeves to cover this thing up. So let's open this box and take a look at what's inside. Okay, let's pop the lid off this thing here. And we'll see the contents of the box. Very exciting. We have the Fantasy Flight Games Summer 2017 catalogs. This is a newer one. Yeah, it's got the usual stuff in there. L5R, you guys check that game out, but yeah, just an updated Fantasy Flight catalog. If you've bought anything from Fantasy Flight Games, any other board games, card games, miniatures games, whatever, you'll find these in the box. Okay, we have a game overview sheet here. If you're new to Catan, play the base game rules before you play the full game. So it looks like they're trying to, and honestly I have not played Catan actually. It's something I kind of avoided. I started board gaming into like heavier board games and didn't really want to jump back to something kind of simple is what I've heard, but then I've heard it's not really that simple. And then I heard this was announced, so I thought I'd wait for this game to come out since I love Game of Thrones, and it gives me an excuse to try Catan. So here we are. So it looks like this is kind of the basics of Catan, base game rules it says. And then you have the Brotherhood of the Watch rules. So it looks like you can just play Catan with this game and what it comes with. And then it just adds the Brotherhood of the Watch add-on to it to have to deal with wildlings and that kind of thing. And there's your turn order, wall breaches, wildlings, how to end the game, your victory conditions. So the idea of this game is you're supposed to like build the gift and get resources and eventually hire guards to protect the wall, but every round like wildlings are marching down, and if your wall's not guarded enough, they're gonna breach the wall or climb over the wall and then get into the gift and start messing up with your resources. And you got to kind of work together, but only one player can become the Lord Commander in the end, is what the idea is. So here's rules reference. So this is where it gets into the nitty gritty. So I guess you follow the other book, play a game, and then this one is where you have specific questions. It's more like you know, you can look up more detailed explanations of everything in alphabetical order here. So if you have any questions how a single card is played or the interactions there, they go into more detail than what will be on the card, obviously, to explain it for you. And beautiful quality books as always with nice art from Fantasy Flight Games. And then we have some plastic wrapped boards here, it looks like. And just note, the game does come shrink wrapped. I take the shrink wrap off ahead of time so you don't get the glare like you're seeing right here on the shrink wrap. So let's actually take this off and get a closer look at these boards here. Alright, so the shrink wrap is off of the cardboard here. And it looks like this board actually gets punched out. As you see the lines there, it's got some tokens here on this board. Get a little look at the art there. Nice winter wasteland. What do we got here? Some player boards, I guess, reference boards to let you know what the costs are, what you need to build things. And then we have another punch-out board in like a weird shape here. I'm sure these attach together like puzzle pieces. You see a little track there. I'm not sure what that's for. And other little tokens. More tokens. Weird shape. Puzzle piece looking thing here. So I guess that's the 6 frame parts you put together around the outside of the board, I guess. Like around the hexagonal Catan board. Then you have these longest road, largest patrol kind of cardboard cards here. I guess the player who has that will earn a victory point. So as you're building along, you kind of take control of that card. And if you still have it at the end of the game and nobody's stolen it from you, by satisfying those conditions, you'll have that extra point to help you win the game. There's another punch-out board. And tokens. Exciting. Whoops. Alright, here's the hexagons we know. From Catan style on the back. Some of them have designs. Some are just plain white. More hexagons. Some other tokens. And more hexagons and some tokens. Exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. Alright. Looks like they give us some baggies, which is always super cool to help store your bits. There's your 2 D6s and your D12. Let's get those guys out and take a closer look. D6s, so blue and black, light blue and black seem to be the colors there. And then your 12-sided gray and black die there for the wildlings. And some plastic bits. Let's take a look at some of these. There's the yellow. Oh man. Just throw some of this stuff to the side here. So there's these little, I guess, keeps, I would assume. And I would think that's a settlement. Smaller little pile there. So one's an upgraded version of the other, I believe. Haven't gone through the rules in any detail, as you can probably tell. There's your little guards that mount on the top of the wall. And you got your little roads. And it looks like that's pretty much it. So you have your different colors of each of those. Yellow, red, blue, and black. Coming in separate baggies there. And then you have your wildlings. So you have, that's pretty cool. You have your giants there. And there's your Tormund Giant's Bane, aka the Robber. Yeah, let's see if I can get that closer there. So that's the Robber who's going to come around and steal your stuff. And yeah, they give you a ton in here. There's a climber. Oh, there's Tormund actually. I'm sure he's the lighter colored one, and the rest are just other wildlings that are gonna come and screw you around in the gift and mess things up for you. So a whole bunch of those. And here we got the plastic wall components. So each player, I guess, is going to have one of these, and you'll put your guards on top on the number slots. They'll kind of slide their way down as they get killed in battle. And you're hoping to have more guards than there are wildlings coming. Otherwise, they'll break through. And it's hollow on the bottom there, but still pretty heavy and durable, this plastic. There's those there. That's pretty cool. And cards. And it looks like they got a plastic insert here, not the usual cardboard. Let me get this plastic out of the way. So this is actually a card tray. Look at, you can actually remove this thing. Let me dump these. Look, you can actually put cards in here. Oh, they give you a couple. There you go. Look at that. I'm impressed. I mean, it's thin plastic, but it's better than the cardboard you just end up ripping out of here and throwing away. At least you can use this. Maybe you don't have to buy like a customized insert. Then you see a spot to store your hexagons down here. Get these miniatures out of the way here. Yeah, it looks like spots to hold your stuff. And plastic. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the insert here. That's not normal for Fantasy Flight, actually. I'm used to just ripping that out, throwing it away, and then usually chucking the box sometimes too, because I'll find a better way to store this stuff. But yeah, they give you baggies and inserts. That's plastic inserts that can actually hold things. So here's some cards. Take a look at these cards. So here's your leaders, the different leaders you got, and then they have, you can use their ability once, and then when you flip them, if you keep them, sorry, you can flip them, use the ability again, but once you've done it twice, you have to then trade it for a new, what am I trying to say, hero. Yeah, see, it says, after use, flip this hero card over or exchange it. So it helps you get different resources. So they give you lots here for variety. So players will be kind of fighting over these as they use them and hoping to snag other ones that get returned to the pile. And then you have these victory point cards if you're able to find the Dragon Glass Dagger, Watchtower, Warhorse, Direwolf, or Longclaw. They just give you straight up victory points. And then you have your new recruits. Road building, winter is coming, Ranger Patrol. Lots of those. Oh, Ranger Patrol are the most common. I remember reading that in our one article. They're able to help you. You can move around Tormund the Robber as if you rolled a 7 to kind of screw other players over. Or you can take a wildling in the gift and return it to the Frostfangs and take one resource from the Hex the wildling left. So it's kind of like they're giving you a reward for getting rid of a wildling out of the gift, sending your Ranger Patrol there. So that's pretty cool. And those, I believe, are development cards, I think these are called. And there's the backs of them. It's got the cool Night's Watch logo from Game of Thrones, a card game, 2nd edition there. And you can tell the graphic design's kind of similar to that. As you can see there on the art, same kind of color scheme. And then we have the resources. There's the backs of the resource cards. So we have our like ore and brick and lumber and sheep and a lot of each one. There's your lumber. Let's see, come on. Sheep. Okay, there you go. Got some sheep running up by the wall there. And there's your wheat. And that looks like it. So that's your resources. And yeah, cool little trays. I like that a lot. But yeah, looks like it's all that's in there. So that's going to do it for the unboxing of a Game of Thrones Catan Brotherhood of the Watch. So like I said, stay tuned to the channel. We're going to do a playthrough, hopefully with 3 players to start. We'll get a 4-player game going at some point. And do a run through this, kind of go over the rules in some more in-depth, and then play through the game to show you how it plays. So make sure you subscribe and hit that little alarm bell button beside the subscribe button if you want to be notified when that video goes up. And if you like these board game videos, hit that like button. And if you want to support the channel, you can do so at patreon.com/robsgamingtable. The link is in the description below. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.